What was your biggest? You think what was your biggest failure back then in business?
Ego.
Why?
Ego. You think you know it all. You think you fucking
Yeah.
know it all. You know? When I talk, people think I know
Alam
a
ko na
lot.
yan.
I think they think alam ko lahat. It's like, no, fuck no. I learn from kids. I learn from everyone because it's the way it works.
True.
You know? So you gotta temper the ego, man.
Kasi if you're the most intellectual person in the room, then most likely
You're in the wrong fucking circle, man.
Right.
If you're hanging out with people who are smarter than you learn something.
Yep.
If you hang out with idiots,
If you hang out with 5 idiots, you're gonna be the
you're the
sixth.
sixth one.
If you hang out with
Actually,
5
you're the first one. Kasi andun ka pa eh.
if you hang out with 5 people who are successful and wealthy, guess what? You have a chance to be the sixth one.
Well, the problem is sometimes, the 5 successful people are the ones who the idiot thinks are idiots. Because they're not very vocal, they don't talk. And they hang out with people who are very vocal, who are also fellow idiots. So sila nagsasama, di ba? Yan, sabi ko nga lagi, other people when they comment on social media, mayabang yan. Ang theory ko dyan, mas mayabang ka. Kasi the fact that you realize na mayabang yung isang tao, mayabang ka, hindi mo lang ma-accept na may mas mayabang sa'yo.
Correct.
So you're going to comment na mayabang siya. You don't even fucking know that person.
Correct.
You know him by,
I've had that connotation when I was still in the business of sneakers. Like, a lot of people would say, tangina yabang yan, puro flex ng mga sapatos niya, yung ganyan.
Tangina yun ang binibenta mo. Ano gusto mo gawin ko? Itago ko yan.
That was my point.
ka pala
Di ba? Sayang, mayabang yan, puro mahangin lang, ganyan. The thing is, you don't even know me.
Well, 90% of people...
And then,
Yeah.
these people now, 9 out of 10 of those people are now my friends.
Idol. Idol.
Parang, di ko na-realize, mabait ka pala in person.
Idol mo sarili mo. Diba? It's like, a friend of mine, si Emil Bano, yung kasama ni
Miguel.
Yeah. He said it perfectly, the 30% rule. Sabi niya, 30% of people fucking hate you.
Yeah.
30% of people you know fucking hate you.
Yes.
Or people who know you hate you. No matter what you say, no matter sabihin mo, pare, yung araw, maliwanag yan. Fuck you, mali yan.
Mali yan, yeah.
It doesn't matter. 30%. 30% of people
We'll
who
just
know you...
disagree with you.
No, don't give a shit. Naglalakad ka sa tabi nila, himatayin ka, mamatay ka, okay. Wala silang pake. They don't care. And 30% will support you at a fault. To a fault. Sabi ko na yung 10%. Tanga na margin of error yun pa. But it's true. There's just some people that will fucking hate you no matter what you do.
Right.
No matter if you save a cat from getting ran over by a car, puta nagyayabang lang yan. They'll hate you.
Yeah.
And then there's people that won't care. And then there's people who will love you.
Because you have no control over what people will say, think, or react or think towards you. That's the only thing you can control is how you think and react.
And that's what's sad about this generation or the next generation is they get so engulfed into what people think.
Yes, about them.
Mm-hmm. Tangin, hindi ka kakilala niyan eh.
Yeah.
Mag-comment sila. And it's funny when I comment, when somebody bashes and sasagot ako, sabihin ko, tanga ka pala eh. They get
This guy's brutal on social media, by the way.
They get immediately say na, puta, galit na naman si Panda. Pare, yun ang gusto nyo eh. You know, Facebook doesn't give a shit if you
You're trying to get a reaction.
Trying to get a reaction.
Yes.
So, galit na naman. It's like, yan ang gusto nyo eh. Sige, galit na. But it's just the way, it's showbiz. It's just the way it is.
This.
I
mean, hindi mawawala yun eh. Like, all the things that you do good, regardless of it, people always have something to say. And most of the time, it's an opinion of a person. Most likely, people who have opinions about you are most likely lower than you talaga. It's rare. to a fault, I can't even remember the last time someone I think that's higher than me would comment something negative about me. I never
Or hindi
recall.
ka nakausap sa bahay. Or wala makausap sa bahay.
Oh yeah, or
And
super
normally
bored,
ganun
yeah.
Yeah. Yung nanay mo, hindi ka kinakausap eh.
Like looking back, that's the only people who would comment. Like when I check, tangina, nagtatrabaho sa puso mo, sa mga crusty crab.
Pare, yun lang ang hindi nag-lay off na kumpanya. Ha? Si Krusty Krab. Hanggang ngayon, butya.
Marami employed pa rin yan. Yeah.
Oo.
Translates to tambay.
Ha?
Tambay. Translation. Tambay.
Dito. Kasalanan ng Globe yan, yung pre-data. Kaya nga, gusto mong...
Libre na nga TikTok sa sa Smart eh. Diba?
Libre na ba?
Oh, libre. Free TikTok, yeah. So, they're all there. So, they view TikTok all the way they can create.
Pati kami nasabit sa TikTok na yan. Pero we do have 50,000 followers now. So, it's pretty cool.
I love TikTok. One thing I can say is I mean, I didn't say I hated, but I wasn't so appreciative of it, especially when nag-start yung lockdown. Like, 'cause everyone's so bored. And dancing and stuff, and lip sync, whatever. But now I know the value of it compared to, how it was. Because it's what the kids want now. It's where the attention is.
It's a different landscape. I think it's fast cuts. So, we
Attention
hired,
span is so short now.
Yeah. We hired someone that only specializes
In
in
TikTok.
short videos,
Short
like
videos,
reels,
yeah. 15 seconds.
15-second
Yeah.
stories. Say you have 15, 30 seconds to get somebody's
The
attention.
first 2 seconds are the most important. Like if you say, "Hi everyone, my name is King Panda." Patay na, wala na. Scroll up na yun.
Pero kung magubad ka.
Diba?
Just wala naman siguro manonood.
Get the attention. You have to get the attention right away. Like, what's in it for me? As a viewer, I would say like, okay, it's one of the reasons why I stay and watch some things because first time pa lang, alam ko na what I'm going to get out of it. Diba?
That's why they do something really outrageous.
Yes. Sa
To get
una pa
your
lang.
attention.
There's a hook. We call it a hook, diba?
They call it
Oh.
That's the world of social media now, man. Wala. Ganun na tayo ngayon eh. And something our parents will never understand. And thank God we're able to. But I feel bad for the next generation because that's all they know.
Yeah. I
You
know.
Kids nowadays have never experienced running in the field or
Yes.
nagbi-BMX ka
Nagbi-BMX kami together.
Puta,
Sa
bawat hump na makita mo,
rollerblades.
paniliparin mo, di ba?
Rollerblades pa ako dati.
Pare, ganun lang kataas yung hump. Puta, susubukan mo yung tabletop eh. Oh.
Papatintero pa kami dati. Mga ganun. That was our interaction back then. Now it's like, online ka na ba?
Ngayon, pag may tama sa ulo, alam mo, hinampas ng iPad eh. Yun lang away ngayon eh. Hinampas ng iPad, binato ng iPhone. Yeah.
I think Paul Pierce said it best, the basketball player. He said that, today's generation was really deeply affected by the PlayStation. That's why the league, he said the league's
Ano
softer.
naman PlayStation pare?
The league was
Xbox.
softer. It's because of those, because of that kind of, connections. It's greatly affected by that.
Ako si Paul, sabihin ko kay Paul Pierce, hoy, laki ng kinita mo sa NBA. Ah. Diba? Nung pinasuot ka nung maraming ganon-ganon,
Yeah.
tapos nagdadadang
Oh,
ka
yeah.
na may green screen,
Sa NBA 2K.
para doon ka kumita. So, wag ka magagalit. Diba?
But
It's true though. It's true.
Right.
It's true.
to a
Nawala na yung
certain degree.
outdoors eh.
Right. And yeah, I mean, you can't go back to those days na dati susuntukan pa sila yung mga ganun. It's not
Parang
gonna,
meron nagsuntukan. Nakita mo yung sa Alabang? Yung gano'n, meron eh.
Meron?
I'll sue you. Pare, wala ka nga pambili.
Ha?
Ko niya sa parking lot, right? Yeah. Sabi ko, puta pare, kung may anak ako, ganyan lumabas sa social media, ako napapatay. Nakakahiya. Puta, hindi kita anak, pare. Nakikipag-away. Ganon sumuntok eh. Bro, yeah. I was like, seriously? You're trying to punch some guy taller than bro? Puta, dati wala nang usap-usap. Doon tayo sa likod ng gym. Diba? Sa likod ng gym. Usually, hindi ko alam bakit eh. Lagi sa likod ng gym. Ewan ko kung inabutan niyo pa yung time na yun.
Oh yeah. Yung issue sa CSA, that thing na guy, tas may kalaban siya na Indian, suntukan sila sa that gym, that restroom, that CR in our school is legendary for fights. I witnessed 5 fights in that same area. Like one-on-one suntukan talaga. And sa amin, field namin. Dalawa yung soccer
Malinis
field
ba yung
namin.
tiles doon?
Di siguro.
Mukhang mako-COVID ka doon sa tiles pare.
Mapanghido. It's a boys CR. So it's a boys restroom. So kahit ang linis nun, talagang amoy talaga na mapanghi talaga. So if there were fights, there were really fights there. So it's normal. It's just that now it's amplified because someone took a
Social
video.
media, yeah.
Yeah, but that was just one video of it being seen. Imagine there are 9 others out of 10 na hindi nakikita
Hindi
na
nakikita.
ganun.
Meron din bullying, di ba? Sa Ateneo. At
Yeah, sa
one
bully.
time, yung nagta-taekwondo.
Yung may yung Napoleon syndrome.
I'm like, dude, nakita mo ba sumipa yan? Hampasin mo ng pylon. Pylon na, dude, yung pylon. Gano'n
Yeah.
ng pylon. I'm like, I don't know how kids nowadays, I mean, back when I was growing up, pare,
Were you in a lot of fist fights?
no, not really. I mean, they used to bully me because I was fat when I was a kid. And, all it takes is one.
Yeah.
Pag umabot ka sa tipping point mo, sapakin mo lang yan, hindi na maulit eh.
Oh.
But, the problem is, yung mga parents ngayon, pag nabully yung anak nila, sila naman mag-aaway.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, no, let them.
Especially
Nandiyan na St. Luke's, oh.
boys.
Tsaka
Yeah.
Asian Hospital dyan naman, pare. Bandage lang yan.
Yeah.
Kasama yan. Pag hindi pa nasuntok yan, ikaw na sumuntok para masanay, di ba? So, I think every kid should learn martial arts.
Yes.
Every kid.
I got into martial arts.
Hindi sa Tekken, ha? Kasi, mga bata ngayon, Tekken na lang ang alam eh. Di ba? Puro ganun eh.
My dad enrolled me to Aikido first and then Jeet Kune Do and then found out about Sarian. And then, Jiu-Jitsu and stuff. It's because he knew when I was in grade school, I was bullied. Grade school. Pero nung high school na, when I knew about it, putsa na alam na ng mga batchmates ko.
lumaban.
Wala, no one would fight with me. Or no one would try.
Pare, look at idol ko talaga si Steven Seagal. I mean, tiyan mo, taba na ni Mokong.
70 plus, yeah.
70 plus, ang taba. I mean, it's like, the guy is more overweight than any cow I've seen. Para siyang, wagyu talaga di ba? Pero putya pare, pag binalibag ka niyan,
Yeah.
ikot ang mundo mo.
Aikido yun eh. But Aikido is when I found out that I could not use it in real fights. Kasi you have to wait for someone to attack you.
To attack you.
Yeah, that was the problem about it.
Well, that's the sad part here in the Philippines. Para hindi naman na-attack yun ng patas eh.
Yeah.
Usually may dalang pamalo
Yes,
yan. Or, worst case is they shoot you.
Yeah. Sabi ni Chief ni Alvin, sabi niya, pag may knife ka, you don't show it. You hide it, pang! Tapos tago. Pak.
Well, it's like people who own guns. That's why you when you see
When people put out their guns, are most likely not to pull it. Like, to use it. It's just like,
mga sad childhood yun pag ganun. Kasi, you own a gun, actually, you become more responsible. Because the last thing you want to do is to use it. Because alam mo, pag ginamit mo yan, may kaso ka pa.
Right.
Basta nilabas mo yan, brandishing a weapon,
Correct.
or grave threat, or whatever it is, there's gonna be a case against you.
Yeah.
So the last thing you want is to show it. Kaya nga, concealed eh.
Yeah.
Permit to carry, concealed eh. Laman tayo sa Texas, di ba?
Yeah. In my 20s, I had road rage. Like, I would go down, talagang sasapahin ko talaga yung kaano ko. I had road rage. I don't know why.
May solusyon doon.
Ano?
Mga ka-driver.
In my 30s.
Ako, wala na ako road rage. Kasi hindi ako nagmamaneho.
Wait, do you still have road rage? Would you admit that you have road rage to a certain degree?
Bad day, yeah.
You had a bad day?
What
Bubusinahan ka, ganon.
What I do is, what a lot of people don't understand, when you're dealing with clients at this level, you're dealing with high net worth people, you're dealing with, not all of them, but you tend to deal with some brats,
Yeah.
So, and the sad part is when shit goes wrong, there's 5 different things that go wrong in 1 hour. Today was a perfect example. The whole day was perfectly fine. By 3 o'clock, the whole shit just blows up.
Tangina.
Clients start calling. Bakit ganon? It's like 4 clients called. So, kung ako nagmamaneho nun, baka puta, nasa TV patrol na ako kanina.
Road rage na.
Yeah. It does happen because anybody who says that they can control it is lying to themselves. So, anong solution doon? Kung ka-driver, sabihin ng iba, wala naman akong pabayad ng driver. Takina, huwag ka mag-road rage. Wala pala pabayad ng driver. Di ba? Yun lang eh. But, or don't get yourself into a situation. Pag nakita mo traffic na ganyan, first day of work, stay home.
There's this documentary in Netflix as World's Toughest Prisons, and yung isang guy doon, he said like he's jailed for life in their countries because some 30 seconds of road rage. And he really regrets it because he has a normal job and everything.
Yeah.
Napatay niya. Pati yung kasama niya
Binaril niya?
Hindi, sinaksak niya parehas. Yun ang road, that was his road rage. Sinaksak niya parehas.
Hindi na asawa yun nung gabi.
Dead on arrival parehas, di ba?
Delikado yung matay.
Pucha. And hindi siya, parang first time lang niya nagkaroon ng rage na ganun. And he regrets it for life. 30 seconds of rage.
May formula ako dyan. Pag nakita ako may tao may dalang kutsilyo. Sabi, boss, bago tayo mag-aaway. Nag-aaway ba kayo na misis mo? Siyota mo? Hindi. Okay. Sige. Okay. Away tayo. Pero pag sinabi niya na, tayo, nag-aaway kami, kaya hindi ako makauwi. Sige, boss, takbo na ako. Wala pa panalo eh.
Wala sa ayos.
No, but that's more of a parody for something na, when somebody has nothing to lose.
Right. Mas nakakatakot.
You have nothing to gain.
Yeah.
So, why even fight? Yung iba kasi, kasi...
Kaya di ba yung magnanakaw daw, mas nakakatakot yung walang mask. Di ba? Kasi,
depende kung bangag. Iba talagang...
Di ba yung mga nagnanakaw sa bangko pag may mask kasi takot sila. Pero yung pumapasok yung mga burglar.
Diba, kahit hindi na mag-mask, bukan naka-mask. Eh. Diba? Pare, ba't di naka-mask yun? Tingnan mo nga, mukhang cartoon character. Pag dinaan mo sa facial recognition software, pare nag-i-error. Diba?
Hindi recognize.
Hindi recognize. So, grabe. Diba? May sobrang kalyo na eh.
If someone would want to do similar business like yours, what would you tell them?
Don't. Tangina, competition ko pa yan, di ba? Diba? No, kidding aside, not just my business, but in any business, when you really, sometimes it's really plastic to say it, and it might come across na facetious or something, but don't chase the money.
Yeah.
When you start doing something and you chase the money, you start at some point, may enjoy mo yan eh.
Yes.
Pag kumikita ka eh. Pag hindi ka kumikita, you start questioning and you start doing stupid things.
Right.
To make money.
Right.
To make yourself happy.
Yes.
And that just snowballs into something else. And yung whole point na ginawa mo yung negosyo na yun kasi you like it, nawawala.
Right.
Because to begin with, you never really liked it. I mean, like I told you from the very beginning, I wanted to be in the financial industry. Because of that fucking movie called Wall Street with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Wall Street, yeah.
Bagsak ko saan? Bebenta ng kotse. And I hated car salespeople. I fucking hated them.
There's a bad connotation with car salespeople.
Used car salesman.
Yeah, used car salesman.
I hated car salespeople. And here I am. So, you have to find what you can live with. You have to find what you're passionate about. And honestly, when people say na, kaya natatawa ako sa mga bata na, paglaki ko, ito gagawin ko. Ito. Pare, trust me. Nothing in your life will ever turn out the way that you imagined it to be.
That's true.
That's just not how life works.
Yeah.
And you might say na, it's superstitious or something na nakamarka sa tadhana. No, it's just the way you were programmed. And that's just the way you're, why do criminals keep going back to doing what criminals do? Is because that's their environment.
That's their nature.
That's their nature. And I'm a big believer of your environment will dictate your...
That's true.
Your life.
Yeah.
So, kaya naawa ko sa mga bata minsan. I see them, you have these parents that don't have a job but they have 10 kids. I mean, fuck, what? What do you think?
Lottery yan dito eh. More
What,
chances of winning daw eh.
what do you think suddenly, yung isa sa 10 doon, puta,
Maging presidente ng
magiging
Pilipinas.
LeBron James? Di ba? Parang, just, wala, hindi ka nga makabili ng bola. Puta, paano ba basketball yan? So, it's wrong decision after wrong decision. And I think it's predicated upon when you don't find what your passion is.
Yeah.
Of course, like Gary Vaynerchuk always says, you have to do something you don't like so you can work towards something that you're passionate about.
Eventually, yeah. It's like using your job to fuel your
passion. It's just,
future business.
so for people who are gonna go into business, cars, cementerio, suportorero ka or whatever. I mean, we all have our weird passions.
Right, yeah.
And nobody can tell you if it's right or wrong because it's you. So if you can make a living out of it, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's true.
Even, my wife would disagree, but even strippers have their purpose in life. Diba?
That's the like prostitution is like the oldest profession in the world.
Hindi ko sinabing prostitution, but,
Yeah, but stripper iba yun.
Yeah.
Like in the States.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
So,
Some strippers, day job nila, lawyer pa. Grabe.
hindi, kasi, pare, puta, jaywalking nga, hindi pa napanalo. Puta, paano?
Pul pa lang.
Pare,
Attorney.
jaywalking lang, hindi mo na panalo. Puta, gusto mo pa maging lawyer. Magubad ka na lang. Diba? Maganda pala. Puta, may second job siya. Ito yung passion ko eh. Kung naghubad siya sa judge, baka nanalo pa siya. Diba? So, you just have to be passionate. But, you have to find that.
Sana, there's a book like with Simon Sinek that says like find your why. You have to find why you're doing it. Kasi when you wake up, why are you waking up early in the morning to do what? Is this something you want to do, every day?
No, when you wake up in the morning and
Purpose mo yun eh.
and you suddenly say, tangina, ayoko na pumasok sa trabaho.
Yeah.
Pare, start. If it happens one time, twice, 3 times, okay lang yun. It happens eh. You want to fuck around. It's human nature eh. Pero if it's continuous and you don't find
Actually, that's
solitude in what you do.
Yeah. I think like when I was working in the corporate world, I never lasted more than 12 months in a job. Because I finally knew why. It's because I couldn't work for someone. I want to work for myself and what I really wanted. Para I felt that way.
There's people.
And there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with working. Like majority of people would go to work. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just that if you're not happy with your work and you say you have bills to pay and stuff like those, then you have to find a way to pay for those bills while doing the things that you love at the same time.
But most people are not willing to do that, unfortunately.
Of course, because they want the
Especially
comfort.
now.
They want the comfort
They
what
want
they
it
give on the
now.
15th and the 30th, and they keep on going that wheel. So, like my content is all about entrepreneurship. That's why people who are not entrepreneurs will find it like they will raise their eyebrows towards it because hey, I'm employed. There's nothing wrong with it. Because my content is not for people who are employed.
Yeah.
That's always my point.
Well, that's why yung sabi ko, to go back to my whole statement about the whole sana all thing, I call it a defeatist mentality because as much as people think na hindi, bukang bibig lang yan. The fact that you will even say that, sana ako rin, sana ako ganyan, sana ako ganyan. Why the fuck don't you work for it?
Yeah, work for it.
Work for it, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody, you wanna
Sino
fuck?
nag-invento ng sana all na ano?
Di ko nga alam.
Vice ganda
Sino?
ba?
Si ano daw eh.
Vice ganda ba?
Yung senador daw.
Hindi.
Sino yun? Bibigay ng 10,000. Wala daw.
Di ba sa mga noon time show yun? Hindi.
Yeah, pero the word already existed before that. 'Di ba? Before niya sinabi 'yon,
Nag-exist na yun.
meron ng ano
Most likely a
kumalat.
celebrity said that. Na kasi kaya nagta-trending. Someone in the level of like Vice Ganda and stuff like that. Mga ganun. Kaya sabi ko,
mababas tayo para pag
hindi,
sinabi.
usually kasi yung mga trending galing talaga sa celebrities eh.
Yeah.
Diba? Most of the time. Most trends.
Check I mean, there's nothing wrong to
Oo.
hope, Don't get me wrong, but when it becomes a catchphrase,
Yeah.
when you post something nice and somebody says
Yung
sana all,
yung
sana
comment.
all, sana all, it's like Dude, wala ka bang masabi na medyo above like 50 IQ? I mean, wag na natin isipin yung 180 dahil talaga pare malayo
Puta na,
ka
konti
ron.
lang yun.
Oo, malayo ka talaga eh. Sa 50 lang. Yung above 50 IQ. Kasi, if you comment sana all, okay. Okay naman nagpo-post ng GIF. Pare, haba ng content mo. Ang ganda ng post mo.
That was gift.
Tapos puta, magpo-post siya ng GIF ng awesome. Tapos may gumagano. May gumagano. At least find something nice to say, di ba? Or find something stupid to say.
That's really the majority of audience. Like, I have 1.
Binablock ko pag ganun eh.
I have 1.1 million followers on my Facebook fan page, and I see like emoji comments. For the algorithm, I respond to them. But really, guys, please naman, konti effort din. Like, I appreciate more the commentary that are well thought of, and I appreciate that. Kaya yun yung mga sinasagot ko talaga eh.
Para subukan mo to. We did this eh. Yung mga nagka-how much, sa sana all, mga ganon, sa page namin. I challenge my team. Sabi ko, guys, pag may nakita kayong comment na ganon, i-block nyo kagad. We did this experiment.
Okay.
In 1 week, we blocked over 2,460
Where is
accounts.
this? In YouTube?
Luxury Cars Manila. No,
Facebook?
sa Facebook.
Facebook, okay.
2,460 we blocked. Alam mo pumalit, close to 40,000
Wow.
nag-follow. Di ko alam saan. Sabi ko nga parang gremlin eh. Parang nabasa, tapos dumami. sabi ko, keep blocking. Keep blocking. Dumadami. I mean, that's how we got to almost 400,000 followers. I don't even know what the fuck we did.
Yeah.
But it just happened.
What's the key to the success of your social media accounts for Luxury Cars? What do you think is...
Be yourself. You know,
authentic?
people will fucking follow you for who you are.
Yes.
If you try to emulate somebody else, anong value mabibigay mo? I fucking hate stupid people. It's just something then again, the word stupid is, maybe parang ibang tao na sana all. Di ba sa kanila, bukang bibig lang. Pag tanga ka, stupid ka sa akin. Now, there's no level of degree how stupid you are. Nasa sayo na yun. Kung na-hurt ka, tanga ka siguro talaga. Diba? So, mabablock ka talaga. Huwag ka naman comment.
I'm a huge fan of this guy. That's why I invited him. And I had to ask someone to invite him here. Because he appears like what you see is what you get. Like, he's authentic how he is. Like, if you don't like me, then fuck off. If you like me, that's how he is. Like, he doesn't pretend like to be... You're selling cars, but you're not a used car salesman. Like,
No, ganito lang yan eh. I have a car. You call. Magkano?
and then
Ito presyo.
and then
Ang mahal
negotiate.
Tangina, bakit ka nagtanong? Kung namamahalan ka pala. Hindi ko alam presyo eh. Ano ba budget mo? Puta, wala pang kalahati. Ano gusto mo bigay ko sa'yo? Gulong lang? Diba? There was a guy, hindi ko sasabihin yung race comes to the office, magkano, how much itong Fortuner na Armored? Sabi ko, it's 5.9. I offer 4.2. Sabi ko, sure, no problem. Sabi ko, deal. Really? Yeah. Make sure you bring a fucking tow truck. Yeah, why? Because it doesn't come with tires. It doesn't come with a steering wheel. Wala pa upuan yan. I'm sure, Sabi ko, bakit kayo pag tumatawad kalahati, pero pag nagpapautang doble? Sabi ko, why? Gusto nyo kayo lagi lamang eh.
Profit margins eh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, diba? Gusto nyo tawad kalahati, pero pag nagpautang kayo, doble singil. What the fuck? I mean, if there's not such a thing as extortion, I mean, that's it. So, it just, you just do what you do best, and, if they don't like you, then fuck off. Life is too short, man.
Yeah.
We learned from COVID na para life is too short. It's just
For sure.
always have the middle finger up.
How many times did you get COVID?
None.
None yet?
No, I'm sure I got it.
Probably,
You know,
yeah.
I've
I've had it once. Tayo na, so bad.
Hindi ako nag-check eh.
Tayo na.
Di ba? Pag hindi ka nag-check, di wala.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, gusto mo bumaba yung COVID count? Puta, okay mag-check. Look at what Germany did. Puta, biglang drop yung COVID cases nila. Why? Because they don't check.
Parang here, they stopped doing the reports already of how many cases
Wala na
every day.
naniniwala. You know, whenever GMA or ABS publishes the COVID report,
Today, we have 24,000.
pare, ang pinakamasaya basahin yung mga comment. Nagmumura yung mga tao. Tanginan nyo. Scam kayo. Parang nakakatuwa yung mga comment eh. But no, it's just, it's part of life. Just gotta deal with it. Parang pigsa lang yan. Ngayon, nasa puwit. Mamaya, nasa singit. It's just there. What do you do? Yung antibiotic, wala na. Di ba? Sabi ko, it's like hair eh. You don't really lose hair. You just grow somewhere else. I mean, when I used to have hair, wala akong buhok sa likod. Puta ngayon, wala akong buhok sa ulo, meron sa likod. So it just, it's the same as COVID. So, huwag na kayo mag-check.
Question about, like, you're into bodybuilding. When was it?
This was from 2013 until 2017.
Kind of recent.
Yeah, I started
Kinda
training
recent.
2012, I think. I entered my first competition.
Why get
2015.
into bodybuilding?
Trip lang eh.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was fat before, and I got to know this coach. Well, no, actually, it's the other way around. A friend of mine said, iko-coach kita. He came from the States kasi ang taba ko raw. Baka mamatay daw ako. So we started training and I started seeing results, pero we didn't know shit eh.
Yeah.
I tried every fucking diet. The canned tuna diet.
Tayo na. Oo.
Para yung utot mo, puta, grabe.
Kamote rin
Yung
ako
egg
dati.
diet. Yung kamote okay pa eh. Para subukan mo yung canned
Kamote
tuna.
tsaka itlog ako. Grabe.
So I hired this fucking idiot of a guy. Guys, pag mag-hire kayo ng coach, hindi po yan nag-champion. Coach na. Okay, and this guy was like a 6-time Mr. Philippines champion.
Okay. Putang ina.
Yeah.
Nadwindle down natin yung...
Pare, 6-time Philippine champion na. And my 6th week with him, kung ano-ano na pinagsasasaksak sa akin.
Ay, puta.
Yeah, I mean, I had 6 compounds in me.
Okay.
And
Oil-based
if you wanna see roid rage,
Yeah. But...
pare, Google nyo Tren Mix. It's Trenbolone.
Trenbolone.
Trenbolone is
Yeah.
what they call juice of the gods.
Yeah.
But it changed, well, sabi nga ng coach ko, naging coach ko sa States, sabi niya, steroids is like money.
Puta, naka-cocktail ka pala nun. Cocktail tawag dun eh.
Yeah, dude.
Kasi 3 stacks oil-based.
And that's one vial.
Yeah.
That's why we
Tapos
were
may
buying-
HGH ka pa.
At that time, I wasn't using HGH.
Not yet.
I had
I had HGH.
that, I had
2015.
Tren, I had
Trenbolone na lakas nun.
yeah, I had Tren, I had Anavar, I had
Yeah, I had Anavar too.
I had testosterone. I mean, I was kumakarga ako ng 500
Putang
to
bigat.
700 milligrams. Dito, mga peke, yung mga, pag sinabing 500, puta, 350 lang yan. So, at the height of my use, para binababaan ko yung mga busa EDSA.
Putang ina. Sa
Pag
road
kinata
rage.
ko, yeah.
Sa road rage
It-
mo. Wild.
And I was young then, so I wasn't too young. I was 38, but
Yeah.
yeah, may hinabol ako minsan sa Eastwood eh.
Putang ina.
Puta, naglabas ng taxi driver, kinata ko. Naglabas ng pipe. Sabi ko, pare, pag di ako tinamaan yung tubo mo, pasensyahan tayo. Eh, lumabas na yung mga guards. So, it's, with bodybuilding kasi, and that's another sad part, and that's where King Panda started in bodybuilding.
Okay. Kaya, that's why King Panda. Okay.
Yeah, because my parents really hated the fact that I had to compete na puta yung naka-jockey ka na. Puta, iba-iba pang
Speedo.
kulay nun eh. Speedo. Meron pa ako kulay pink eh. Na may glitters. Pero ganun talaga dati. So until now it still happens, but so I had to come up with come up with a pseudonym, and it just caught on.
Yeah.
People started messaging me, and then I started exposing yung mga, yung tawag ko sa kanila, kutsero eh. Mga coach na walang alam.
Kutsero.
Kutsero. Para tanga talaga. Walang alam sa compounds. You know, the tipping point was, this was 2015, I believe. I was 6 weeks out of my first competition. Sabi ni Mokong sa akin, buy insulin.
Okay.
So ako naman, punta ng Mercury, bili ako insulin.
Okay.
Yung fast acting. Sabi niya, mag 5 IU ka. Every 3 days, every 5 days, increase ka ng 5 IU. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Parang pyramid.
So yeah. So, ang sabi pa niya sa akin, huwag ka magka-carbs. Which is totally fucking wrong. But anyway, mag-protein daw ako. So sabi ko, ano yung concept nun? Para lumalim daw yung cuts. At mawala yung fat.
Mas defined yung cuts.
It's defined.
Okay.
Which is totally wrong. But anyway. Sa lupalop niya nakuha yun. But by my 25th IU, I was laying in bed. Kasasaksak ko lang dito nun eh. I was laying in bed and I started shaking. Nakita ng wife ko, pare yung bed sheet, basa. Tapos I was falling asleep. So I was texting a friend of mine. Sabi ko, tangina, bakit ganito? Naantok ako. Sabi sa akin, gago, makukoma ka na. That's called hypoglycemia. Nag-hypo ka na. Yung sugar mo bumagsak.
Oh shit.
Sabi niya, ilang IU tinake mo? I was like
25.
barely texting. Sabi niya, tayo na
Dumidilim paningin mo na.
I was like literally falling asleep. Sabi niya, pag natulog ka, hindi ka na magigising. So, sabi niya, so he texted me, sabi, puta, kumain ka ng carbs. So sabi ko sa wife ko, hindi naman ako makapagsalita sa wife ko, mumurahin ako, di ba?
Pag nalaman niya.
Malalaman, di ba? Sabi ko, meron ba tayong tinapay? Tangin at that time, lahat ng tinapay namin, wheat bread. Kasi pang-diet eh. So wheat, it's like whole wheat.
Yeah.
Ito nakain ko ata isang loaf eh. Bago
recuperate,
nag-normalize. Yeah. So the next day, we went to the gym and my wife started arguing with the coach. And sabi ng coach, sino sabi sa kanyang gawin niya yun? Tangina, di ikaw. Sino pa? So that was the time where we hired somebody from the US and I became an advocate against these stupid kucheros using steroids to lure clients of the dream of the perfect body.
Right.
And it's not steroids. It's just not. It's a holistic program. That's where it started. And then I competed until 2017. And at that time, sabi ko, puta, sawa na ako. So ngayon, I'm getting back to it, but we're doing it naturally.
Nice.
I'm 48. Puta, baka kung ano sinaksa ko sa sarili ko, mamatay ako bigla. Eh.
What's your diet like then? Pag ganun?
Looser. It's looser now. As long as I have, I don't eat anything fried.
Okay.
Coffee dati, puta, I love latte, but now I can't have
Wala
latte.
na, black.
So, black lang. As much as possible, stay away from pork. Mostly of what I eat is grilled. And then I stay within a certain calorie
Chicken,
count a day.
beef,
Chicken, beef,
protein
shrimp,
talaga.
salmon, whitefish.
Yeah.
Wag lang yung cream dory.
Sama ng cream dory.
Para kang
Alam mo yung cream dory,
basahan,
it's not really white, it's gray.
It's gray.
Kasi I have a friend that ganyan business sila. It's white because of the things that they put in to make it appear white. But it's really dark gray.
It's bleached actually.
Yeah, it's bleach. Yeah, it's bleach.
Actually,
it's one of the worst type of fish you can
No,
eat.
but real dory, if you buy it fresh, it looks like salmon. It's red.
Yeah.
It's red. Yung farm raised,
Yeah.
yung mga nahanap sa kanal, hindi ko alam kung ano yung tsura nun, pero baka yun yung kulay green.
Yeah.
But anyway, yung puti, it's not soulfish.
Yeah.
Bleached yan. Puta, ginamitan ng Jobus yan o Clorox. And it tastes like shit, man. It's like, parang censored yung sasabihin ko pero parang kumakain ng hindi hinugasan na Diba? Sama talaga yung texture.
Do you recommend eating smaller fish or bigger fish?
What do you mean bigger fish?
Di ba mayroong mga dilis or maliliit na isda versus the biggest like tuna?
Parang hindi mo ko mapapakain ng dilis. Kasi kailangan prito mo yun para masarap eh.
Ah.
Di ba? Tapos may suka, may konting bagong, di ba? Tapos puta, may itlog na maalat ka, tapos na.
Kasi
Pero you have to fry it,
ang taas kasi ng mercury when it comes to the bigger ones eh. Di ba?
Well, you have to buy the quality ones.
Okay.
Eh, in mercury, we're gonna die somehow. I mean, hindi naman ganun like they said, yung salmon, it's very high in mercury because the way they fish salmon, ano. But I know a lot of friends who eat a lot of salmon, but buhay pa hanggang ngayon.
Oh. Meron kasi naka-diet, di ba, all protein talaga, sin beef, meat.
No, but this is the thing. It's like anything. Too much of something is bad.
Yeah.
You know, always aim for balanced. You know, meron nga akong t-shirt na pinagawa dati, walang kasalanan yung rice. Wala naman talaga kasalanan yung rice eh. Di ba? Ikaw yung kumain ng 3 bandehado, puta, hindi ka naman tinutukan ng baril sa ulo ng kanin, sabi, kainin mo ako, di ba? There's such a thing called the kare-kare syndrome eh. Yung puta, kuha ka ng kanin, lagay ka ng kare-kare. Ngayon, naubos mo na. Pero puta, may sauce pa.
May sauce pa.
So, lagay ka ng kanin. Puta, nasobran yung kanin. So, lagay ka na naman ng sauce. Puta, the next thing you know, nakatatlong plato ka na. That's the sad part. You know, it's us that make things complicated for the diet. You know, walang masama mag-indulge. But, wag naman yung everyday. Kasi tayo, may propensity ang mga Pinoy na, bukas na, mababurn ko naman yun eh. Parang hindi mo mababurn.
No, that's not true.
Sa puwit mo pupunta yan.
So, like, I know this doctor said, like, you know, you go to the gym to lose those fats that you ate. No, you don't. You change the way you eat. You don't go to the gym to lose those. Yung mga going to the gym so I can lose the weight I gain from eating. No, you change the way you eat. Not go to the gym so you lose the food that.
It's like a good friend of mine. Sabi niya, putangin na pare itong mga rekaro na upuan na to. Bulok eh. Sabi ko, bakit? Hindi ako magkasya.
Hindi magkasya.
Nagma-muffin top daw yung puwit niya. Sabi ko, pare, sa tema ng pagkain mo, puta pare, kahit 2 rekaro ipagdikit natin, hindi ka pa rin kasya. Kailangan mo lazy boy. Sopa. Sabi ko, puta, doon sa Honda Civic mo, lagyan natin na lazy boy.
Tanggalin natin yung center
console.
Tanggalin
natin yung center console, pare. Puta, all the way sa kabila. So, love seat pa ilagay natin. May autoban. Di ba? Tapos, puta, yung control pad mo, dito na lang. Kasi, last mo lumamon. Tapos, blame mo yung Recaro. Hindi ka salanan ng Recaro yun. Salanan mo yun. Laki ng puwit mo eh.
So, talaga na, it's 70% diet, 30%
Dude, it's 100% diet. It's 100% training.
Yeah.
It's 100% mindset. Kasi mga tao, akala nila 70 plus 30 equals 100. Hindi. It's 100 plus 100 plus 100 divided by 3 is 100.
I never thought about that.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
Yung iba nga, the people who I know that got
It's absolutely correct.
Yeah. It's an average,
Right.
not a sum. Puta, one doesn't complete
That
the other.
fucking makes sense.
It's not a fucking puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, you go 100% with working out. Hard, you go hard at it. 100% on your diet, you don't cheat yourself. And then your mindset is strong with it at the same time.
Bakit para sa beauty pageant ba? Hindi, ginagawa ba nila, puta, 35%
Beauty.
na beauty, 35%,
Brains.
diba? Tapos pag in-add ko to, 100%.
Total package.
Hindi.
Yeah.
This plus this plus this plus this plus this divided by 6.
Equals Miss
The average
Universe.
score.
Yeah.
It's not the plus. Mali math ng mga tao eh. Kasi gusto kumain ng kare-kare. yun eh. Diba?
Pero ako nababasa, I work out so that I can eat anything that I want.
Hindi, I have friends that are like that.
Diba?
Punta sila sa gym, sabi ng trainer, Sir, ano ba gusto nyo? Pumayat, lumaki katawan, para maintain. Hindi sir, kailangan nyo. Hindi. Maintain. Bakit maintain? Hindi naman nagre-reklamo yung shota ako eh. Ba't ako kailangan tumaba o pumayat, di ba? Hindi, sabi, maintain lang. Para makakain daw siya. Kasi pag hindi siya nag-cardio, baka lumobo siya.
Yeah.
So, maintain lang daw. It's all common sense. Na pinahihirapan ng tao yung buhay nila eh. Yun lang naman eh.
This guy makes a lot of sense.
Dude, when you're as old as I am, you deal with a lot of stupid people every day. You start seeing patterns. Eh. You know? Parang napanood mo yung A Beautiful Mind? Yung
Yes,
siya, no?
yes.
Nakakita siya ng pattern.
Sino ba to?
Swerte lang niya, mathematician siya.
Si Gladiator, si Russell Crowe.
Yes, Russell
Okay.
Crowe. Pag puro tanga yung kausap mo minsan, parang nakita ka na ng pattern na dapat hindi mo gawin.
I love that
Yun
movie.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie of all time? Or type of genre
16
na lang?
Candles.
What is it?
16 Candles.
16 Candles?
May Google ba kayo dyan? Puta, puro bata itong mga kausap ko.
16 Candles?
Yeah, 16 Candles.
Who was it?
Molly Ringwald.
Puta, natagal na nun.
Laki ng crush ko dun.
16 Candles?
Panoorin niyo yan.
What was it about?
It's about being a kid. It's about being a kid.
Is it comedy?
Yeah, it's romantic comedy.
Parang Ferris Bueller. Pinanood ko
Ferris
kasi.
Bueller is more of...
Hindi romantic comedy yan eh. Parang
Pare,
comedy.
wala akong kakilala na makakapaglabas ng Ferrari sa garahe ng tatay nila.
Na hindi malalaman.
Wala, pare. So that was a little bit discombobulated for me, even when I was a kid. Because tatay ko nun, puta, kukunin ko pala yung susi. Ang gawin mo dyan? Puta, start mo pa? Really?
Dinala pa sa...
Really?
Sa mall.
Nalala pa sa mall, puta, nabangga pa, di ba? Pare, hindi mangyayari dito yan. Puta. So, yung 16 Candles, my favorite movie. Kasi
I checked that out.
brings you back to the time that
It was more simple.
there's no responsibilities. And,
Yeah.
you know, yung barkada lang eh.
Yeah.
The simpler time, and, you know, I wish we could go back to those times. There's no accountability. There's no responsibilities. There's no fear of repercussions. You know, you
Right.
could just do things because you wanted to. Di na pwede ngayon eh.
No. Like the margin of error is a lot more smaller when you are older.
Like yung sinabi ko kanina, kaya kailangan nila i-cut. May repercussions yun eh.
That part.
ABC.
It's a difficult topic which I'm not going to. If you were to advise someone to buy a car, to buy 2 cars, okay, family person, for example. But no, wag na family person. Let's say he has any unlimited budget to buy a car. What would that be?
Don't.
What would those 2 cars be?
Don't buy a car. Buy a fucking dealership.
Hindi, kung gusto niya lang
May
ng
kotse.
kung gusto niya lang ng dalawang cars. Kung dalawang cars lang.
It's hard eh. It's
hard.
like,
It's like choosing from your kids.
no, it's, choosing from your kids is actually easy. Because I don't have kids. It's easy for me to choose. But, you know, it's like asking, you know,
Apples and orange.
Sensor ako dito sa
Okay,
sasabihin.
medyo apples and orange na lang. Ganun na lang.
You know, it's
So there's
it's like people who ask me, you know, between a Ford Ranger versus a Hilux.
Okay, sige.
You know, ano tingin niyo mas maganda?
Oo.
I can't tell you that because my perception of anong maganda and your perception of anong maganda is different.
It's opinion. Yeah.
You know, parang, I mean, it's like beauty, you know, it's the most corniest thing, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But it's all based on you eh. So for me to actually tell you, ito bilhin mo, itong dalawa, it's unfair.
Yeah.
Diba? That's why I never give that advice. I mean, if you asked me, anong bibilhin
What
ko,
you want,
and if I had all the money in the world,
Yeah,
I'd buy a fucking dealership. Why? Because I can just drive whatever fucking car. I don't have to own anything.
Yeah.
Gagamitin ko, puta pag ginamit ko, pwede ko pa ibenta.
Benta.
You know, but that's me. So another person would be something totally different answer. You know, it might be a Ferrari, a Bugatti, or, you know, hopefully binayaran nila yung tax, pero, you know, di ba? Meron dalawa dito eh. Hindi ko alam kung saan lupalop nang galing. Pero, ha?
Oo.
Oh, pareho sila ni Andrew Tate. Puta, makukulong na rin. Diba? Sorry, but, you know. there's nothing wrong about having nice things, but pay your fair share in taxes because that's what makes the country
Prosper.
not
Yeah.
just prosper, survive.
Survive, yeah.
Bill Gates' dad. I had the pleasure of meeting him once, and he said, "Tax is your due bill to society." Pag marami kang binabayaran tax kasi mayaman ka, it's your responsibility to pay it. Bakit? Because nakapagnegosyo at kumita ka eh. So, responsibilidad mo yun na magbayad ka.
Yeah.
Because it's what you owe society.
Right.
Because you were giving that opportunity. Ngayon, wala talagang pera, wala kang binabayaran tax, okay lang. Kasi wala ka naman kinita eh. Wala,
That's
di ba? So, that's my whole thing. But, the people who try to do their best to skip it, it's, we pay taxes, I'm probably one of the few guys who sell cars that pay taxes every month. Kasi punta ka sa mga car exchange, tanong mo yung mga ahente doon kung nagbebenta. Yung nagbayad ng tax yun. Pag tinanong sa'yo, bayad ka ba ng tax? Ano yun? Ano yung sigarilyo?
Meron pa iba pinipitik yung mileage. That's one of the worst for
Uso
me.
yun.
Dati yung manual pa eh. Pero ngayon digital na kasi. So medyo mas complicated pa.
Tawa ko, may tinitry din sa amin dati. Range Rover na 2012. And this was 2019. Pagdating, sabi sa akin, "Boss, 8,000 kilometers lang to." Pagtingin ko sa upuan, bakit puta magaspang yung upuan? This sir, yung special interior ng Range Rover. Siguro pare,
Pati na
sa history ng Range Rover, walang ginawang leather na magaspang. Nagpintura ka na lang ng upuan, hindi mo paniliha para diba? But that's the car business for you. You just have to stay away from sharks.
Okay. So if you're for a person who's buying cars, what do they have to look at?
Well, in terms of what?
Like,
in terms of...
Kaya pre-owned car. What's the first few things that...
make sure kaya mo bilhin.
Okay.
Kasi iba bibili, tapos pag nasiraan, wala nang pang-repair.
Maintain.
So, kung budget mo, 500,000...
You have to take in account talaga the
Used car yan eh.
repair, yeah.
Used car yan eh. Even
Right.
the owner that's selling you the car, assuming that he's not fraudulently trying to sell the car because there's something wrong, he doesn't know if the car is going to fail next week or
Right.
2 weeks from now or something's going to go wrong. Hindi naman niya alam yun eh. Used car, kaya nga used car eh. And when you sign that deed of sale, nakasulat dyan, as is where is. There's no warranties.
Right.
Implicitly or explicitly implied.
Yeah.
So, first of all, huwag kang sasagad. Pangalawa, huwag kang makikinig sa ibang tao. Buy the car that you want.
Okay.
Bibilin mo, tapos sinabi ng kapatid mo, tapos pag hindi mo type after 6 months, sabi niya tawagin kitang tanga. Ba't yung sinunod? Diba? Tapos ikaw nagbayad, bobo ka pala eh. Siya may gusto nun. So nakikigamit siya sa'yo, ikaw yung tanga kasi hindi mo pala type eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So buy something you like. Yeah, if something goes wrong, then hindi masakit sa loob mo na papagawa mo.
Right.
Diba? Parang girlfriend lang yan eh, diba? Hindi lahat
You take the pros and the cons eh.
Sabi nga ni Bugoy manliligaw ka, yung may gusto sa'yo. Taka wag yung walang gusto sa'yo. Wala kang gusto sa'yo, ligawan mo pa eh. Para ka naghahanap ng problema eh, diba? Diba? Tapos tatanong, iniwanan ako. Taka, hindi ka naman talaga gusto eh. Ba't mo liligawan? Nabusted ako. Taka, hindi ka naman kasi type eh. Diba? So, there's levels eh. So, kailangan type mo yung kotse.
Like with, for example...
Podcast ito, 3 oras na ata.
Last ka to.
Okay ito ha?
Ha?
Ito ba lang?
Hindi, I saw one episode of yours about Chinese cars. And I think it was a Cherry. You mentioned that it was affordable luxury.
Yes.
This is
This is the thing. It's. kasalanan ng the whole thing with Geely. By the way, I didn't get paid a single penny there. It was purely out of my.
Were you ever paid by car brands to promote their cars?
I refuse.
You refuse. Okay.
It ruins the
Credibility.
objectivity of. That's why now I don't accept car reviews from car brands anymore. I borrow it from friends who buy the car.
Okay.
Bakit? Kasi pag kaibigan ko yung may-ari ng dealership, puta, hindi ko pwede banatan yung kotse.
Oo, hindi mo pwede sabihin
Nakakahiya.
pangit tong ganito.
Kung pangit naman talaga. Diba?
Kunyari, flimsy yung isang part.
Yeah.
Hindi mo pwede sabihin flimsy.
Parang, puta, pinahira. Parang
Hindi
kaibigan mong babae may anak. Tapos sasabihin sa'yo, gwapo ba? Maganda. Paano mo sasabihin pangit, di ba? Kung pangit naman talaga. Di ba? So, dapat hindi mo kilala. So, we try to do that. But with Chinese vehicles now, what people fail to realize is 90% of components in European, Japanese, and American cars are fucking made in China.
The parts, yeah.
So China's smart enough to parlay that knowledge into building cars or building products or building anything to make a top-notch brand. Ang problema, tayo mga Pinoy, puta merong colonial,
mentality.
Yung Indio mentality eh. Lahat ng imported, okay, puta wag lang China. Pero lahat naman namimili sa 168. Diba? Kita mo, Divisoria, diba, Pasko, diba? Puta, huy, maganda yan. Puta, pinili mo lang sa 168 yan. Hindi, sa 999 pare. Di ba? Puta, di ba? Di ba? Katabi lang yun eh.
999 nga.
Pare, branded yan. Gago, doon mo lang binili. Paano mo alam? Nakita kita ron eh. Kasama mo yung tito mo eh. Di ba? No, it's affordable luxury because a lot of the features in these cars, like for example, the Geely, even Cherry, even MG. You look at Geely, for instance, the Cool Ray.
Yeah, Cool Ray.
The first ever time I was able to drive a self-parking vehicle was an Lexus LS 460. This was 2004.
Yeah.
Punta sa parking lot pa ako ng warehouse nung sinisip ko yung kotse galing Amerika eh. Doon ko pinaglalaruan.
Self-parking, no?
And that was what? That was a $70,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
The Geely Cool Ray is what?
1.2?
Not even.
Yeah.
Magkano ba Geely Cool Ray?
Wala na, 1 to 1.2 na eh.
Tumaas na. No?
Tumaas na kasi.
So, 1.2. Naka-self-park. I mean, the car drives like a demon. Especially yung pinipindot.
Ang tulin nga daw nun eh.
Ang tulin. Kung naman mo sasabihin sa anak mo lalaki yun, anak, kung mapipindutin yan. Puta ka na pag minaneho niya, yan ang una-una pipindutin niya.
Sport mode.
Yeah.
Sport
Pag
mode.
babae yan, sabi, anak, kung mapipindutin yan. Yes, dad. Hindi pipindutin. Pero pag lalaki yan,
Doon ka lang sa eco mode.
doon ka lang sa eco mode, di ba? Kaya lagyan mo ng tape. Lagyan mo ng masking tape. Lagyan mo ng electrical tape para mag-blend. Lagyan mo pang carbon fiber na para hindi halata. But it's affordable luxury because finally people at that income bracket can afford something that only the rich can afford.
Right.
And China was able to. I'm not a spokesperson for the CCP. Kahit asan ako sa mukha ni Jack Ma kasi parang talas eh. Anyway, they've come up with products that we can actually enjoy. Kahit yung hindi ganon kayaman, they're able to afford something that most people only dream of.
Right.
Pero ngayon, binabaliwala na eh. So yun that's the reason why I came up with affordable luxury because it is, yeah.
It's the right term.
It's the right term.
It's the right term. I agree with that. I think the Tiggo 8 Pro and the PHEV
It's
version.
a different segment eh.
Right. Parang gumawa sila ng sariling segment nila eh.
And it's an untapped market.
Yeah.
So,
Pucha kasi sa 1.2 million na Cool Ray, you would get
ano
like,
mabibili
sa
mo?
Toyota parang Avanza ata mabibili mo parang or Velos or something, di ba?
although the race, they came out with the race, but you also have to understand.
Toyota race.
Toyota has what a lot of people don't understand about businesses is something like Toyota has legacy costs.
Yeah.
So over the years, yung R&D nila, yung the cost builds up eh.
Correct.
So every time they build a car, may certain cost involved na carry over sa dati.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not that easy to switch from gasoline to hybrid to electric.
Right.
Kasi may mga factory pa silang nagbi-build ng internal combustion.
Yeah.
Unlike something like Tesla that started out as...
All electric.
Kung sa tutuusin, saksakan ng mahal ng Tesla.
Sobrang mahal.
For a car company that started as an electric car company, ang mahal ng kotse nila. And if they have the shittiest paint job. Hindi para yung Tesla Plaid, I test drove one that had the unplugged performance package. It's like 1,200 horsepower.
Wow.
Pagtapak mo talaga, puta, parang kailangan mo ng chiropractor pag ano eh. But, putya, pag tinignan mo yung pinto, puta, baku-baku lahat to. It's not even, kita mo yung seam niya.
That was made in the US,
Hindi
no?
pantay. It's made in the
Made in the
US.
US, yeah.
I mean, some are made in China, some are made in Germany. They have a
Okay.
big factory in
Factory
Germany.
na.
So, yeah. So, you know, that's what people don't understand.
I made the reservation for a new one.
Yung parang Land Cruiser.
Oh, yung
Yeah,
next
yung
gen
Land
na.
Cruiser,
Oh,
oo.
parang
Maganda,
diamond
maganda.
Maganda. Kasi I saw it in the Mias, tapos pinabigyan ng opportunity to open inside. Ang ganda ng interior niya talaga. I made the reservation for it. I just don't know how, it plays out in the long run. Pero yung mga kausap ko naman na yung current generation na GAC dito, okay naman daw.
GAC actually manufactures cars for Mitsubishi and Toyota in China.
Diba sila Alfa Romeo?
Hindi ko alam eh. Tangina, binili na nila lahat.
Kasi Geely is
Geely
Land
is
Rover
Lotus.
Land Rover and Volvo.
No,
Diba?
they're not Land Rover. They're
Diba? Land Rover
Lotus.
and- Lotus ba?
Lotus. They partnered with Land Rover in China to build Chinese Land Rover cars, but those are exclusive for China.
For China lang.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they bought.
So are they able to get that technology that those brands have into their
Well, when you buy
Cars?
Volvo, you own the technology for Volvo.
right?
That's why
They're
if
able,
you
they're able
drive
to use it.
the Geelys, yung suspension niya, puto parang ganda.
Yung Ascara,
It's like butter.
test drive ko yung
Yeah. It's because of the Lotus
muntik na bumali
heritage.
actually na Okavango. I was supposed to buy the Okavango, the Urban Plus.
Yeah, that video of ours did like 4 million
Ang
views.
dami
ata.
interest kasi doon
Yeah.
with that car.
And sumipa yun. After
It's an
we did the
MPV,
video.
di ba? It's not an
It's like a
SUV.
crossover.
Crossover, okay.
Kalaban talaga nun, Innova.
Oo.
We were actually supposed to buy an Innova. And my cousin owns a Geely dealership. And sabi niya sa akin, Kaz, puta, bago ka bumili Innova, gamitin mo muna to. And my wife fell in love with it. Puta, alam mo na pag-asawa. Hindi, wala pa kayo asawa, no? Meron? Di ba? Pag nagustuhan ni Mrs., puta, game over.
Wala,
na, no?
oo.
Ay,
Ako, I didn't want to buy back then
Utusan lang tayo eh.
a Mazda CX-5. I don't like Mazda cars. But then when wife said,
Mahal ang
"Wanna get
headlight
it?"
eh. Puta, headlight nun, 40,000 eh.
Pero ano yun,
Pag nasira,
for I think 5 years, free PMS. We didn't pay, she never paid for yung change oil.
magkano bili mo sa kotse?
That was 1.4 back. 2015.
Kasama na yun.
Oh, kasama rin doon, no?
Sinama na yun doon.
Kasama yun doon, no? Factored in.
Oo.
5 minutes na lang. Okay.
Nag-iinit na ata.
Oh. Amang max na yun ba? Meron mo bang,
Shit.
why did you do King Panda Talks? Kasi ba yun sa ano eh?
Yeah, a lot of the guys that we interviewed, I think, were underrepresented. The way that they were interviewed. That's the thing that I wanted to bring out. That's number one. I'll give an example. Si Joe Magsaysay.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
single interview Joe Mag had was about Potato Corner.
Yeah.
And there's more to life than Potato Corner. It's about Joe Mag. Who's Joe Mag?
Joe Mag.
Although he's one of 4 founders, he's the highlight eh. And nobody ever took the time to actually profile who he is. And that's what we were able to bring out. Same with Bugoy. Everybody talked about, yung 3 asawa daw niya. Eh puta, nalaman namin, holy shota pala niya yun. He was being crucified about having 3 wives. And I asked him point blank, sabi ko, asawa mo ba yan? Sabi, boss, hindi mo asawa yan. Girlfriend ko lang yan. So there's nothing wrong. The guy's single.
Yeah.
He has 3 girls. And if there's, pumapayag naman yung 3. Masaya nga yun, 3. Di ba? That's like, yeah. 4 na?
Oo.
Putay na. Tawagan ko nga mamaya. Sabihin ko, Bugoy, puta, share the wealth. Yung mga kaibigan kong iba, wala. Hindi ka ba isa? Diba? Audition mo naman. So, when we try to profile a person, we try to look at the things that are missed. And the third point is there's so many stories here in the Philippines about entrepreneurs that are not told. Kasi, it's like one of my friends sinasabi, there's this kwento na, si KFC daw 65 na nung nag-start, di ba?
Colonel Sanders.
Oh, hindi na pwede yun, hindi na nangyayari yun. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
There's so many stories here in the Philippines about entrepreneurs that started late in the game.
Yep.
And they made it big. And it's not because they wanted to make it big. It's because they wanted to survive.
Yeah.
And it transitioned into something else.
From surviving to thriving.
To thriving. So that's the whole point of King Panda Talks. We try to come up with topics that I think Pinoys need to hear.
Okay.
Not what they want to hear. See, what they want to hear, maraming channel na ganun eh. But it's what they need to hear, I think. Now, you want to follow? Follow. If you don't, nagbabawas nga kami ng followers. Sorry, guys.
That's good. We're good. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
So,